Hi, I'm Brian Fredrickson, beekeeper and owner of Ames Farm in Watertown, Minnesota. I started this business by myself 20 years ago. I now have employees, but I'm still actively involved every day in the beekeeping. We hand extract the honey, like you can see Dan doing here, and spin those out by the separate boxes that they were made in. Ames Farm has always been spread out on a multitude of different buildings and semi-trailers. Having our own well-designed building on our own property will give us another level of stability so that we can be sure that we're around for another 20 or 30 years. We're producing and selling honey that's as close to what the bees make as possible. The single source honey concept revolves around the idea that you put a hive of bees on a piece of land, and as the different flowers come into bloom from spring, summer, and fall, the honey that's collected there by that hive of bees is special. But that's a dandelion, equally awesome. All these have the locations printed on them where they were collected. We're able to be very careful about where we place our bees and spend time with each individual hive. We've developed sustainable methods of raising queens and bees where we're not using chemicals that harm the bees. Our goal with this project is to build a highly energy efficient building that's powered by solar and geothermal that also takes into account our long-term needs for sustaining our honeybees and our business. Here's one that'll blow you away. This is a basswood. It's a tree that flowers.
Being something that's so close to nature and having the sun be such a part of the whole honey with the natural environment, it only makes sense to be able to use solar energy in all its different forms to be able to create the energy it takes to move the honey energies around that we need to.
So we're still building traditional wood and beeswax foundation frames, while modern beekeeping has moved to plastic frames and plastic foundation. To me, this is a very integral part of the beehive and the honey making process, that you want to use natural, traditional materials.
The basic plan is to design the building from scratch in the first place so it doesn't need as much energy as a typical building would. And then at the same time, we'll make sure that the geothermal heat pump system and the passive solar and all the hot water needs and the electricity that's needed to run the place is as minimal as necessary, but sufficient enough to be able to make it a net zero building in the long run.
There's 20% roughly extra cost to design a building to be perpetually self-sustaining. We're asking for your help so that we can take this to the next level and have it totally powered by solar and geothermal energy. After 20 years of keeping bees, I tend to think like a bee. It's just a wonderful way to be involved with the environment and be close to nature.